Good morning, everybody. Wonderful people out there. How are you this morning? It is another lovely morning here. I have a feeling that's going to be the theme for the introduction to many of my videos. It generally is lovely weather here. We're coming into spring at the moment, and everything is springing slowly but surely. Flowers coming out everywhere, which is very nice. Harlow is absolutely sodden wet and dirty. Jumped in the dam this morning, having a wonderful time. Hey Harlow, say hello. Say hello. Oh, hello everybody. Look at you sitting down. Good boy. Such a keeper. I've got to give him a treat for that. I want to very quickly talk about something that struck me this morning as I was walking. I was listening to a book that's all about sort of business leadership. And I've always really enjoyed and been attracted towards leadership and business leadership and people development. Surprise, surprise, thus Motivate Coaching. And a large part of what we do at Motivate Coaching is career development and that tie between, individuals and careers. And frequently we change our shape to fit a job or the career that we want. And it's important that it's a balance, that we're following our passions and our hearts, and that we're not forcing ourselves to do what we don't want to do. But what I wanted to talk about was a little bit about leadership. So thought leadership, but also actual leadership of people, of organizations, and something that really struck me this morning. And it's quite a small concept, but it's quite a large light bulb that went off in my mind this morning, which is talking about leaders and what leadership actually is and what the action of leadership actually is. There's a book called Multipliers, which is a really fantastic book. And the author is called Liz, and her surname is escaping me right now. But if you Google Multipliers, it's an amazing book that I have spoken about previously, and you'll also see it in the resources section of the Motivate Coaching website. And it's a great book that talks about multipliers versus diminishers and the difference between a leader that can really take an organization, take its teams and so forth and achieve incredible results versus diminishers that often don't do that and don't get quite so good results. I'm sure by the term multiplier and diminisher you can kind of get the general gist. And then there's also accidental diminishers, which a lot of leaders are, which is not intentionally doing things incorrectly, but just not properly understanding how to do certain aspects of leadership. And the one really key part I wanted to put across was that if you imagine a leader as a captain of a ship, and bear with me with the metaphor, the captain doesn't do everything, and the captain relies on the collective intelligence and abilities of the team. Now there's an amazing quote by Antoine Saint-Exupéry, who wrote The Little Prince. If I pronounced that incorrectly, I apologize. And the saying is, if you want to explore the oceans, or if you need to cross the sea, don't drum up the people, gather the wood, split out the jobs and give everybody orders. Rather, teach all of your people to yearn for the vast and endless ocean. And this is the point, is if you can get people to believe in the passion or the core of what it is that you do, then you're obviously going to get much better work, much more enthused. So that's sort of multiplication to behavior, or multiplier behavior. So it's not the captain that does everything, makes every decision. One of the diminisher qualities is the leader or the captain feeling as though they need to have all the answers. And certainly in my experience, when I came through the corporate world and through leadership in businesses that I've run, I, through one way or another, came to the conclusion a lot of the time that I needed to be that guy, that I always had to have the answers. Someone came to me with a question, I had the answer, and I loved it. I buzzed off it. Being able to provide solutions for people, it was fantastic. But what I've come to realize is that it's not as powerful, because if I was to, in that moment, rather empower that person to, and create the environment where I say, okay, well, what would you do about this? And in time, you create the environment where any one of your crew that come forward may come forward with an issue, but they come forward with answers. And it's something I always told my staff was, just come up with some answers, even if they're not going to work, even if it's not what we go with, at least give it a try, because I love doing developmental work. So it was trying to get people to think that way. So that's the concept basically, is to be a really strong leader. Remember, in order to lead, you effectively take a back seat. You're the one that's there to help develop your team, develop those individuals, and you're there to support them, mentor them, and effectively coach them towards the desired outcomes for the organization, for the business, for the group, for the team, for the whatever it may be. And that's incredibly freeing, because I think a lot of leaders feel as though that their KPAs or KPIs, their measurability of success, is how well they get things done personally, when it's not that at all. A leader's metrics for success is based on the overall collective result. The leader may well be the one that looked at and is responsible and accountable for that result, and it might feel like a bit of a risk giving so much power to your team. But by doing that, they're going to want to make sure it happens. They're going to believe in the goal at the end of it, and they're going to work their butts off, excuse my language, to get to that result. And you'll probably find that you actually exceed and excel beyond the result. And if you don't, then it's an opportunity for you to go back and say, right, well, what do I need to tweak? If you are a leader in business groups, you are a coach, you're anything at all, I really recommend you read the book or listen to the audio book, Multipliers, by Liz. Can't remember her surname, sorry. Sorry, Liz. And it's a fantastic book. Very, very impactful, very powerful. So do that. I shall be writing a blog today. I'm not sure if it will be on leadership. It might be. I usually do my walk and I get inspiration as I go on my walk. I just wanted to share that nugget of wisdom with you. Anyway, okay, let's do the press-ups as per my commitments. Harlow's come to join us. Okay, let's do this. Oh. Press up a go-go. Got my hair cut yesterday. It's not styled right now, as you can see. Shortest it's been in about 2 decades. It's very exciting. Oops, sorry, dropped you. Have a great day, everybody. Have fun.